Greetings, thanks for tuning in. Today's your episode of Survival, Information, and Motivation, SIM. Today is Thursday, January 31st. Polar vortex hit the U.S. hard. Below 0 degrees temperatures throughout the U.S. Many cities. And don't forget about the homeless. You may complain, about what you have, but they are homeless, heatless. But, homeless people are some of the toughest people out there because they know how to endure the temperatures. They know how to survive. And when it really hits the fan and gets crazy, they're still going to be surviving. I remember when I worked over in Penn Station way back in the 90s. And, you got to know some of these people because they come around. Sometimes you could give them food or give them money or however you could help them. And I know I went back there like 10 years later. I had to go take the Amtrak. And I got off and I seen some of them. They didn't remember me, but I remembered them. And it was like they were still getting on with life. And they still looked just about the same. Well, in any event, in Chicago, there was a group of homeless people. They said it was like about 70 people. And someone donated like 100 propane tanks for them to help keep warm. And one of the propane tanks exploded. So the fire department came and they confiscated it because it was a hazard. But they reached out to the Salvation Army, and however they worked it out, somebody donated, gave enough money so they could get like rooms for them. So they was off the streets. But when you think about like the Super Bowl coming up, that's the big thing this weekend. The millions of dollars they pay for one commercial would be nice if they could spread that wealth and help out some these homeless people. When you think about homeless people, like I said, they're self-sufficient and they're gonna work it out and they're gonna figure out how to make it work for them. All they need is some land and some materials, and they'll have their own community, and they're good, But, people rather buy chips and, spend millions of dollars on chips and dips and whatever, and, increase their bottom line, increase their profit. But, hey, your money, you made it. You do what you want with it. Information for today is, don't forget that February 15th, yes, February 15th, the government's going to meet again. Remember, we had the shutdown, 35 days. People don't know what to do. People was getting hurt. People could not go to work because they couldn't afford gas. They was working. People was working off the clock. And, the 15th come back around. Who knows what's going to happen, what they're going to tell us. And one thing I learned in these last 2 years was never say never. Don't say it can't happen. And that's impossible. Good, I'm sure everyone knows what I'm referring to, but yeah, anything can happen. So be ready, have that plan B in action. If you didn't start planning from this shutdown that just happened, start right now. How much food you have in your pantry? Do you even have a pantry? Do you have any canned goods? Do you have any long-term food storage supplies? And what about that store down the block? How big is it? Does it have enough food that if something crazy happens that everyone runs out and grab food, you're going to have enough to survive? And I know most people don't think about things past maybe next week or, next month, but you really should, because it's just getting worse and more dire. And after they meet on the 15th, I think it's going to be really interesting times. So, motivation for today is just keep pushing forward and just know that someone has it harder than you. And be thankful. So, for me, as I know that I'm in the house and the heat is not working like it should, I'm thankful that I still had a refrigerator working. Still thankful I had space heaters, and when I only had 2, I had people, hey, I got space heater, come pick it up. And one coworker, she called me, I'm outside, come take these 2 space heaters now. Because, I didn't want to take it. I was like, I'm fine, whatever. But, hey, that's what it is. Be thankful for what you have and keep pushing forward to what you need. Oh, t-shirts is available. We got the Patreon set up. Things is moving forward. But just know, when you got a lot of green lights, you're going to get some red ones and maybe a big pothole. Thanks for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Freedom forever. Create and conquer. We out.